Pretty narrow, steep road getting in here, so it's a little slow going, but this definitely looks promising if you look at what's ahead. My buddy's just scouting the road out, but there's a big tank down there and something looks like a boom or a derrick. Big waste rock piles running all the way up the hill, and there's a trestle up there as well. So, and it's dry, so at least here it is. So, holding out hope for this one. So we drove down, got to the bottom, and the first adit we checked out was caved about 40 feet in, but the stuff we're really interested in is the upper stuff anyway. We're just looking around. There's an old settlement down here, a mining camp, and you can see, so there was an initial settlement here, which we assume was when these stone buildings were built, and then there was some more modern work done in the 1930s, and so we're assuming that in the 1930s, they tossed all their trash and the remains of these buildings, and that's what we're seeing in front of us. This is a big can dump. It goes all the way down to the creek there. But we were thinking, if an archaeologist dug this out, they'd probably find some interesting stuff farther down. Interesting. We're gonna keep hiking up, see if we see anything interesting. Probably go up to those cottonwoods there and then head up above. Well, not surprisingly, under the shade of the cottonwood trees, there are the remains of a settlement here. You see the remains of a stone foundation outlined there. I assume these are the remains of a well in front of me. And there's a lot of stonework along the side here. Continuing up the canyon that way. We were shooting down there before, climbed up to the trestle I pointed up to, which you see in front of you. It's a cool little junction here. I'm assuming the good stuff went out the front, waste rock went to the side, judging from the pile, but I may have that backwards. I'll know more in a minute. Got a nice, looks like an air receiver tank right here. And then might be able to drop in up there. I gotta crawl up there and look. All right, we are in business. Feel the cold air blasting out, so hopefully this goes a bit, isn't caved. We'll drop down there and get a look. First look inside, got the rail running ahead of us. I don't see any immediate cave-ins, so that's always a good start. Really colorful rock in here. Obviously highly mineralized. Oh yeah, it's going, that's good. That is good. It's a hot day outside, so it feels good being in here too. Still running back. Just taking a look at some of the geology in here. Wow. That's super mineralized. Okay, looks like it bends a bit to the left up there. There's an airline on my right. They did some work on this mine in the 1930s, so it's probably dating back to then. Got a raise right up here. Can't tell. Maybe a stope up there. It's kind of hard to tell. That's a bit much for us to climb, though. We don't have anything to get up there with. There's a look at the vein. There was gold here, and that looks like an absolutely perfect gold vein. All the iron and mixed into the quartz. When we were doing research on this mine, it said the vein was between 4 to 25 feet wide, so take that with, make of that what you will. Still going. Pretty decent sized rail in here. got another bend to the left. It's almost like a fault wall on the left because it's so flat, but it's a lot more rough than you usually see with a fault wall, you know? It's kind of weird. Okay, a tank or something up here. Might be an air receiver tank. Yeah, that looks like an air receiver tank. This is a little modern than the 1930s, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in good shape.
I wonder if...
That fitting doesn't look 1930s.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking, yeah. I wonder if there's something done since then. Huh. A little bit of water seeping out from this raise right here. Now this looks 1930s. See the old timbers they've got up there. It just stops right there. But they've got some old timbers in there. The road's dripping down. We're still going. Looking ahead. Carved out a chunk here. The rock in here is very dark. There's an ore chute up there past this timbered section. I don't know, these timbers look like they're awfully good shape.
Maybe those writings we saw about the 1980s.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They weren't very specific, but they kind of alluded to
Oh, yeah, I love it.
the fact that up to 1980 something.
Yeah, this stuff just looked a little too modern for the 1930s.
Nice timbers.
One of the reports we read made a reference to the 1980s. It said work was not going on or not occurring in the 1980s. But that doesn't mean it hadn't occurred
Right up until then.
right up until then. Obviously the rats have made this a home as well.
Yeah, there's more pipe fittings here. They're very, very modern.
Okay. So we're not sure what we're gonna get with this mine because it's obviously newer. That is holding back an alarming amount of rock.
We just sank rebar, pieces of rebar.
Oh yeah.
Hold back those timbers.
In one way that's comforting, another way.
Oh my.
Yeah, look at all that rock. That's something, another ore chute here. And another one beyond it, another one beyond that. So I got 3 ore chutes here. They're plugged, of course. Well, no, actually they're not. Almost plugged, but not quite. There's a ladder here. That actually looks really solid. Oh wow, that stope goes up a ways.
Here we go.
Thanks for the light assistance. Ooh, look at that rock right there.
rock.
Yeah, that's ready to come down. That stope goes
Oh, there's a little rat looking at me. Oh, what a cute little guy.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, you see him?
He's
Oh,
white.
He's got a little white tail.
How far up?
He's right on
Like-
the other side of that rock you were looking at.
Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Lean in and
6
look
feet.
back. He's got a perfect shot of him right now. If you can get him opposite of that rock behind you.
I don't see him. Hopefully somebody in the camera can see him. Or somebody in the video.
He's going down.
Yeah, he's gone. Do you want me to shimmy up there?
Let's finish out this level first.
Because I could always send that rock down while y'all are not here.
If you want to. I'm gonna finish out this level. I'm just curious about what's ahead.
Go for it.
But that's definitely something to check out.
Yeah, it looks like our timbering job.
Yeah, this is very familiar to us. This type of timbering work.
It's the exact same size as the timbering.
Yeah,
lagging,
8x8's lagging all of it.
braces.
So this is similar to the work that y'all were doing?
Yeah, it's the same like cuts of wood.
Okay, this is definitely a fault wall on the left. You can see it's a lot more smooth. Drill hole right there.
Back in the day, the older timber was like
It's still going.
specific to the different mills.
Very sparkly from condensation.
Now they're much more universal.
But knock on wood, it's still dry.
Yeah. Now is that like
I did bring the waders on this trip, but that's a long walk back to get them. Wow, with the rock being this dark, I need a brighter light. This is nuts. I'm gonna turn the camera off and pick up back there so I can pay attention as I'm straddling these rails. Looking ahead, that's what we've got going ahead. I turned the camera on here because there's kind of a cool rail junction here in front of us. See the airline curling overhead, and then, like I said, the mine just keeps going ahead. I'm gonna turn the camera off again. We'll keep cruising up, and really don't want to go back and get the waders. So hopefully this will rise up out of the water soon. All right, looking ahead, that's how it looks. It's wet and drippy, but we're gonna keep pushing it out. Hopefully the water doesn't drip in the microphone. Oh yeah, that's
It's a mining thing.
yeah, that's a mining thing, but it's definitely not 1930s mining thing. Okay, it's getting wet again, or deeper wet, I should say. Is that a face, or is that turned sharply? That looks like a face, doesn't it? Looks very facey in front of us. Yeah, I would call that a face. With a lot of quartz though. Huh.
The plan's not continuing. The rail runs right to the face.
And a bunch of drill holes. Yeah.
Once again,
Weird pattern.
It's a shit pattern.
That was a really weird pattern. Well, we'll check out that laddering going up. So we're back at that laddered section, and my buddy Alex climbed up to check it out. And what are you seeing up there?
It looks like it's stoked up about 40 feet or so. There's a pass on both sides of me, and this guy right here.
By a pass, do you mean a drift, or what do you mean by a pass?
Oh, like a horseshoe.
Oh, okay.
Um,
And you can't, there's no level where you are? There's not a drift level or anything?
negative.
Okay, so you're just basically standing in an ore pass.
I'm standing in an ore pass, yeah.
Okay.
It looks like there might have been a ladder farther up, maybe 30 feet, but it might have been pushed in from higher up because it's straddling across the.
Oh, okay, so you cannot go any higher.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm coming down.
Thank you for the report.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
All right, we checked out, added around the bend there, hiked up to the next level. A lot of wooden remains of a structure there, maybe a tram system. We're gonna hike up there and see for sure. But in the meantime, there's an adit behind me. We're just catching our breath here because pretty good elevation, and well, you run out of breath more quickly. So I'm gonna go check this one out next, and then we'll go and check that one out. Got some workings across the canyon. You can see, which is pretty impressive, that somebody actually went up there. That's really steep, if you can't tell. But some crazy prospector climbed up there and with tools and dug that out. But for now, get in there and check out this one. Just inside the portal, that's the first look. It does go, but what caught my attention immediately is this weird vein here. You can see, looks like quartz running through it, and then it almost looks like wood. It's super flaky.
Feels like wet paper that dried out.
That's weird. I wonder what that is. I wonder if there's some kind of slaty schist type stuff, or. Wow, it really looks like wood. Hopefully you can pick up on that on the camera.
True temper.
All right, carrying on. I don't see any rail yet. Kind of a low adit, so it's probably older. So we've got a junction up here. Yep, something's running ahead. Got a big blast of airflow. There's something caved right there with bats. There's something going up on the right. And then behind me, there's a thing.
Winds.
Winds.
There's a level down there.
The winds. With a lot of bat activity or what?
There's a level right there. You can get Alex to rope down there.
And then that's not looking so good across the way. Alright, trade places deal. I gotta look down that winds. Oh, there's a lobe down there. Looks looks wet. I wonder if that's the one we were on.
Let me look.
Maybe that leads down. No, we would have. Oh, maybe.
Because we did look up and see that that wooden section on one, remember?
Oh, this is it. That's totally it. Because
Why do you say that?
well, the side, you see the frame of the ladder that's down there.
Yeah.
With the rungs. That's the one I was talking about. That was about 40 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That's nice.
And then keeps going. Looks like it might be the face out right there. I'll go check. No, maybe not. That might actually bend. I think it bends. It does bend. Okay. Somebody left a message for us here. There's a fly all the way back here. Very dry and powdery. Glad it's not wet. It's nice to not have something wet. I thought it was just going to be a quick go 40 feet and hit a face scenario, but I'll show you that other stuff I walked by on the way out. I thought I was just going to show you this real quickly and then go over and look at that, but minds and life often don't go according to plan. Very dry and powdery. Looks like there's a survey ribbon hanging up there. Yeah. A geologist or somebody has been in here. Interesting geology here. Sort of popcorny. And it's wet right here. But then we get back into that dry powder again. It's like they did have a rail. I can see where the divots were on the ground. Still following this bat back. I'm sure the bat wants to show us something. Maybe that's a face. Looks like that might be the face up there. But I thought that last time too. Look at the mineralization. Somebody scratched something on that, but I can't tell what it is. Alright, we bend. We bend again. I thought this was the face, but it's not. It just bends. That might be the face. Pretty sure that's the face. But I've said that twice now and been wrong. No, it's the face, because the bat is not happy. Alright, faced out. Go take a look at that section I blew past, thinking this was just a 40-foot little prospect thing. So we're back in that chamber, that three-way junction. That's the section I went barreling down, thinking it just faced out right there. What I haven't shown you yet is this stuff. There's a chamber back there where Mike's going. Oh, I thought there was something here, but it's just a tiny little stope here.
Bat's back.
And before, he told us that went 30 feet and ended, but...
What it looks like, I can try to climb in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
He's gonna climb in and double check for us. Alright, he went and touched it, so that is indeed an end. So we have run out the options on this adit, except for whatever's
Through that door.
yeah, whatever's backfilled on the other side of this winds here. But that does not look possible. We just finished checking out the adit over there. Over over at that station now. We thought it was a tram station at first, but taking a closer look at it, can't really see much evidence for a tram station. It may have just been a chute complex, maybe an ore bin in front. Kind of hard to say, but there's no adit here. It's just a collecting point for ore or waste rock. So we're gonna head up the hill where there's more interesting looking stuff. And then speaking of interesting looking stuff, there's something here I wanted to show you. If you look here, you can see that a long time ago, somebody, presumably miners, carved their initials into the rock here with something with a very fine point, like a fine drill bit or something like that. So it has withstood the test of time, which is pretty cool. And we're heading up that way. We were just looking there, climbed up to the next level. It's a good view down of where we have covered. And then behind me, we've got some stopes. As you can see, and drops out on that one, so we're just checking to see if there's anything we can access. I see a bunch of those crickets back, a bunch of Mormon crickets.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a level though.
Really?
It's 5 by 7.
So Jake's coming back out. He said it was a level, but it's collapsed. And given that large stope chamber behind us, or behind him I should say, up there, that's probably got a lot to do with it. I'll go.
Probably came from over there, stoked to the surface.
Yeah, that would make
So
sense.
hopefully this mic finds the other end.
Yeah. Jake just climbed into the one there. We're at the next stope here, caved stope. But this one's pretty deep. You see they took a lot of material out of here. It extends back into the mountain there. And then it looks like there's some decent ore stockpiled here. That looks like good gold ore. Climbed up to the next level of stoping, not expecting much, but we were mistaken. This is quite a lot. That's not an endless bottomless hole. It's kind of hard to tell, but that maybe another 20 feet down for where my buddy Alex is, levels out. But then if you look beyond, let me zoom in. See those stalls back there? And it looks like there's a pit.
Pigeons, that's what we heard.
Bunch of pigeons. Anyway, there's a pit between those stalls. So my buddy Alex is gonna go check it out. It's almost there.
Did you bring a light?
No.
Oh my god.
I forgot.
Okay, so Alex went back with a light, and it was, as I somewhat suspected, between those two stalls, it was a vertical ore pass dropping down, so not possible to get across that from here. So we're gonna head up some more, see if there's a way. There's got to be a way down to that, because there's a drift level beyond it. There's got to be a way down to that, so we're gonna try and run that down. The last pit we checked out is there. We've climbed up to the top, and behind me is a shaft. Looks like an adit, but it's a shaft. It's dropping down probably about 30 degrees. So I'm gonna put my helmet on and, oh, thank you. Put my helmet on and we'll drop down there and check it out. I see some wooden infrastructure and there's an airline running down there. So it's got some potential. I just don't feel good leaving it unfinished, unexplored. So get up my gear on and head on down there. Climb down the shaft. You can actually see the daylight up at the top as my buddy's light about halfway down. Pretty strong airflow here, and the reason for that is because I've hit this ore pass here. You see the top of an ore chute here dropping down there. There's this airline running in along there, and then see it dropping down the manway there. I'm just in a little carved out pocket right here. This doesn't go anywhere. And I'm looking back there, and initially I was thinking, oh, I should probably go back there. I could try crawling along the pipe and over that pit there. But then if you look here, it looks like the end right there. I'm not 100% certain, but you see the bat there? The bat's not going beyond that. Yeah, see the bat just came back. So that convinces me.